Have you ever felt like you're working hard, reading the right books, setting goals, yet somehow your life keeps falling apart? What if the biggest obstacle isn't your past? Isn't bad luck? Isn't other people? What if it's you? Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, but because a hidden part of your mind keeps rebuilding the very problems you're trying to escape. And here's the scary part. You probably don't even realize it's happening.
Before we begin, if you're ready to break the patterns holding you back, you can book your private life coaching session through the link in the bio. For a limited time, you'll get 50% off and receive personalized guidance to help you create lasting change.
Let's discover why you might be standing in your own way. Most people think self-sabotage means making bad decisions. But according to this book, that's only the surface. Self-sabotage isn't your enemy. It's actually your subconscious trying to protect you. Imagine your mind as a bodyguard. Its job isn't to make you successful. Its job is to keep you safe. Even if safe means staying miserable. Because your brain always prefers what's familiar over what's better. That's why people stay in toxic relationships, remain in jobs they hate, or keep repeating the same painful mistakes. Not because they enjoy suffering, but because uncertainty feels even scarier. The mountain isn't outside you. The mountain is inside you. The author explains that every repeated behavior has a hidden reward. Think about that for a second. If you constantly procrastinate, maybe you're avoiding the possibility of failure. If you never speak up, maybe rejection feels more dangerous than silence. If you stay busy all day but never move forward, maybe progress would force you to become someone new. Every habit serves a purpose. Until you understand that purpose, you'll keep fighting symptoms instead of solving the problem. One of the biggest ideas in the book is emotional intelligence. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid uncomfortable feelings. They distract themselves, scroll endlessly, watch videos, eat, work, anything to escape. But emotions don't disappear. They wait, and they grow stronger. The author says emotions are messengers. Ignoring them is like ignoring a fire alarm because the sound is annoying. The alarm isn't the problem. It's warning you about one. Instead of asking, "How do I stop feeling this?" ask, "What is this feeling trying to teach me?" That single question can completely change your life. The book also challenges something most people believe. Healing isn't becoming someone new. It's becoming who you were before fear convinced you that you weren't enough. Think about a child. They don't worry about looking stupid. They don't overthink every conversation. They don't constantly compare themselves to everyone else. Fear is learned, so confidence can be relearned. You don't need to build a better version of yourself. You need to remove what was never truly you. Another powerful lesson is that your identity controls your actions. People often try to change their behavior first. I'll wake up earlier. I'll exercise. I'll stop procrastinating. But behavior follows identity. If deep inside you believe, "I'm lazy. I'm unlucky. I always fail," your mind will work overtime to prove you right. Instead of changing your habits, start changing the story you tell yourself every day. Because your brain listens, even when you're joking. The author introduces an uncomfortable truth. Your life doesn't change when you feel motivated. It changes when your standards change. Motivation disappears. Discipline fades. But standards stay. When you decide, "I no longer accept this version of my life," everything begins to shift. Not overnight, but permanently. Small choices repeated daily become a completely different future. Here's another surprising insight. Many people think they fear failure, but what they actually fear is success. Success brings responsibility, visibility, expectations, growth, and growth forces change. That's terrifying for the subconscious mind. So it quietly creates excuses. Tomorrow. I'm too busy. I'm not ready. These aren't facts. They are protection mechanisms. The moment you recognize them, they lose their power. One of the most memorable ideas is that transformation feels uncomfortable because you're grieving your old identity. Even if your old life made you unhappy, it was familiar. Leaving it behind feels like losing a part of yourself. That's why growth often feels lonely, messy, confusing. You're not failing. You're rebuilding. Every uncomfortable moment is proof that your internal world is changing. The book also reminds us that peace isn't something you find. It's something you stop interrupting. Your mind constantly creates imaginary problems. What if this happens? What if they judge me? What if I fail? Most of these fears never become reality. Yet they steal today's happiness. The more present you become, the smaller your imaginary mountains become. Finally, the author leaves us with one life-changing realization. The mountain was never meant to stop you. It was meant to reveal you. Every fear points toward growth. Every trigger reveals something that still needs healing. Every obstacle is showing you the next version of yourself, waiting on the other side. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this trying to make me become? That single shift can transform every challenge into an opportunity. Because the greatest battle you'll ever fight isn't against the world. It's against the invisible patterns inside your own mind. And once you climb that mountain, you'll realize you were never trapped by life. You were only trapped by the story you believed about yourself.